Hello, I'm Elise Labott from American University, and today we're talking about ensuring workers have access to benefits that work for them and the moment. The COVID pandemic has led to unpredictable work and a reliance on the gig economy. How can we create a system where vulnerable workers have access to benefits regardless of their work arrangement and employment status? To talk about this, I'm joined by Shamina Singh, president of Mastercard Center for Inclusive Growth, the philanthropic hub of Mastercard. She also serves as the company's executive vice president, corporate sustainability. Shamina, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So you're in the private sector now, but you've worked with labor unions, home care workers on the front lines, and in government. What changes have you observed in this COVID pandemic period, specifically when it comes to the gig economy?
You're right. I've worked at a lot of places and in a lot of sectors. But I'll tell you the one thing that hasn't changed is that everyone wants the stability, ability, and dignity to reach their full potential and take care of themselves and their families. The things that I have noticed that are changing are pretty alarming. 86% of the jobs that were displaced by COVID paid less than $40,000 per year, and disproportionately affected, obviously, part time workers, women, and communities of color. So, folks are really walking a tightrope right now, and I think there's a lot of work that we need to do to help.
I think one of the things is a lot of people are afraid to lose their jobs or venture to another career because their benefits are so important to their financial security. So given this economic uncertainty, how do we redesign benefits that are more people centric and workers can access over the course of their career regardless of the type of work they're doing, say gig worker or even a self-employed individual?
I think that's the unique part of where we're living right now. You said meet the moment. Right now, we have the technology to ensure that a people-centric approach that is also tech-enabled will allow workers to experience benefits that work for them. The technology can work for them, not against them. And so we can create a portable benefit system platform that would allow workers to accrue, redeem, and use benefits like health insurance, paid time off, disability, life insurance. All of those fragmented streams can come together on one platform that really serve the worker and not the other way around.
That portability does give workers that financial security. They don't have to stay tethered to a company. They can train, they can change jobs, start a business without losing their benefits. So let's be more specific about what a portable benefit system look like. I recently read an article you wrote that countries like France and Singapore already have systems like this.
They have programs, right? So that what they have done, which is quite interesting, is they are using their fiscal dollars, their stimulus package in some sense, to put the money in the hands of the workers, so that they are allowed to choose what kind of training they want, what kind of skills they're looking for to get to the next level. So in that sense, there's a people-centric approach that is certainly taking hold. What we're sort of saying now is let's also add that technology approach to ensure that those dollars are spent in the best and most efficient way to not only serve the taxpayer, but also serve the citizen and the user.
It seems with COVID, the time is now, and I'm sure the government has a role to play. But with all the investment in technology and innovation in the private sector, I would think public-private partnerships are key here. So, what can we look for in 2021 in terms of working out a system with these type of portable benefits?
Well, I think it's back where we started the conversation. You said, I've spent half my career in the government and public sector, and I've spent half my career in the private sector. And the thing that I know about both is that if they bring their complementary assets together to serve their consumer, the customer, the taxpayer, the worker, we can get this right faster than we think. And so I think this idea of bringing the technology innovation from the private sector, along with the will and the mandate from the government, and certainly depth and breadth of themselves as an employer, we can move very much faster for all workers.
Well, I've heard you say at Mastercard that if you want to walk a tightrope, you'll probably think twice about doing it if there isn't that net below you. So if we want workers not only to um, thrive, not just survive, to pursue their career ambitions and fulfill their potential, then we have to have that safety net that looks beyond those kind of traditional ways of looking employer-employee relationships and make the digital economy work for everyone. Shamina Singh, president of Mastercard Center for Inclusive Growth and executive vice president of corporate sustainability from Mastercard. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now back to the Washington Post.